and today we are going to solve this LeetCode daily challenge. This is a medium level problem. Check if a parenthesis string can be valid or not. So though it's a medium level problem, I had some difficulty solving this. I also used a hint today to solve this problem. So based on that hint, I'm going to describe my solution. Uh, but after like figuring out the solution, like it's not that difficult, but like I wasn't able to think about it in the first place. So you are given a some string with open brackets and closing brackets, and some of its closing and opening brackets are fixed, and some of those you can switch to make the string a valid parenthesis string. So how we are going to do it? What you're going to do is whenever we are going to encounter uh, first we can make some observations. Like if the string is of odd length, then the number of opening brackets won't be equal to number of closing brackets. So for an odd length string, uh, the we cannot have a valid parenthesis string. So you can calculate the length of the string, and if that length is odd, then you can return false. Now here it is confirmed that the length is even. Now if we have some string and we have some brackets placed in it, and these are like closed brackets, closing brackets. It could also have some opening brackets as well. These are all locked ones. Like these closing and opening brackets which I have placed here, they cannot be switched. So what I'm doing, this was the observation I took from the hints, that whenever I encounter a closing bracket, I would always try to have an opening bracket to the left of it so that its effect can be nullified. Like whenever you do some problem related to valid parenthesis string, you have a concept of running length. Like whenever you take a variable opened and initialize it to 0, and whenever you have an opening bracket you increment it by 1, whenever you have a closing bracket you decrement it by 1, and we keep track of it, that if it becomes negative then the string will be invalid, and if after scanning the skin the open variable becomes 0, then that is a valid parenthesis string. Like that is the concept for that. So whenever we are encountering a closing bracket, we should always balance it by an opening bracket. So there are two ways to balance a closing bracket. First, that you could pick an opening bracket which is locked, and if you can't find a opening bracket which is locked, you can uh, take any of the unlocked character, like any of the unlock opening or closing bracket, and you can switch it to an opening bracket. So like if I encounter this bracket, uh, I'm talking about this one, you have an opening bracket already here, so you don't need to balance it because it is already balanced. And when you encounter this bracket, this closing bracket, then again you have a closing bracket, you have an opening bracket here, locked opening bracket. Similarly, when you have this bracket, this middle one, then you again have an opening bracket here which is locked. And when you have this closing bracket, then you don't have an locked open bracket, so you have to switch. So use any unlock character and just switch it. So this is how, and this string will become uh, like up till here the string will be balanced. So this is how you're going to do it. So let's keep this example here and just first find out what we are going to do. So one uh, list we will have of unlock characters. These are all the unlock characters, indices of the unlock characters. and we'll also track the locked open brackets, the open brackets which are locked. Now we'll traverse the string, and whenever we encounter a locked character, so if the character is not locked, then we'll add that character to the unlock chars. And if it is a lock character, then we'll check that if it is an opening bracket or is it a closing bracket. If it is an opening bracket, then we'll update this array, locked open character, locked open brackets I mean. And if it is a closing bracket, then we'll first check from the locked open brackets. If locked open brackets is not empty, then what we are going to do, if locked open brackets is not empty, then we can use that locked open bracket for that closing bracket. So you can just pop this, because this bracket is used for the closing bracket which we are considering right now. Similarly, if we don't have locked open brackets, then we look for unlock characters and try to switch it. If this is also not empty, then we'll use this character for the to balance the closing bracket. So this is how you will do it. And if we don't have locked open brackets and we don't even have unlock characters, then we are not able to balance this closing bracket. So here we will return that a valid solution doesn't exist, so return false. So this much we have done. So after doing all of this, what we are going to do now, we'll check. So after doing all of this, we could have some characters left in locked open brackets, and some characters we have left in locked chars. They might be empty as well, but we should consider that we could have some characters. So like up till here we filled this. Now we'll uh, consider this closing bracket, and we'll fix it with this one. There is this locked open character. So what can we do now? After traversing all the closing brackets, now we are left with some locked open brackets and some unlocked characters. Uh, we know that the total length of the string was even at this point, right? And what we are going to do, like if we are left with some locked open brackets, we will balance them with some unlock chars which are occurring after these locked open brackets. Like if I have some locked open brackets like this, something we have. So to close this bracket, to close this locked open bracket, we need an unlock char which you could switch to a closing bracket. But that unlock char should be after it. If that unlock char is present here, then we won't be able to switch it. So to balance this locked open character, we need an unlock char which we will switch, and that should be present after it. So how are you going to do that? Both these arrays are sorted, right? So we can consider the last element. Uh, the last element of locked open brackets will represent this character, and the last character of unlocked chars will represent the rightmost character of the string, which is unlocked. So you will again, so technically you will match all the locked open brackets with the rightmost elements of the rightmost unlocked characters of the string. And after doing that, if we still have some locked open brackets left, then we cannot close it. So we'll return false. And if that is also done, then we are left with unlocked characters. And that unlocked characters will be always be even. So we could always pair them with opening and closing brackets. Now why that is why they are always even? It is because the total length of the string was n. The total length of the string was even. We match some closing brackets with the locked open brackets or unlocked characters in the above code. So when we match this, we always remove them by pairs, like by 2. So removing some elements by 2 from this even length string, we are again going to be left with an even length string. Then after this, we are balancing all these locked open brackets with some of the characters of unlocked chars. So again, we are decreasing the length by 2. So the finally, when we are left with some unlocked characters, those will be even in number. So how you are going to do this? While locked open brackets dot is not empty and unlocked chars is also not empty, and locked open brackets dot back is less than unlocked chars dot back, then we can just pop them. So this is how you can do this. And after doing all of this, if we still have some locked open brackets, then we can return false. Otherwise, unlocked chars will always be even, and these even characters you can always map in some way, like making the leftmost to be an open bracket and the rightmost to be a closing bracket, something like that you can always do using these unlock characters. So you can return at this point unlock characters would be even. And the time complexity of this algorithm will be O of n, as you can see, like here we just running a loop from I equal to 0 to n. You can run the solution. Okay, I have an error. Okay, I use this. So thank you for watching this video, and if you like this video you can subscribe to my channel and also hit the bell icon to receive any notifications. So thank you for watching.